Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 54.
Where we talk about the Disney parks, Disney cruise, and all the magic in between. This is our first episode we're doing where we're trying to not wear headphones.
Yeah, this is a Jessica.
I have to say, it feels weird to not be able to hear myself reverberated back and just trusting that we're recording.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's very
I don't know if I like it either. We might have to put them back on. Hold on. I was just telling him, though, yeah, it does sound better.
I feel
all right, put it back on. Put it back on. We'll see. I guess the reality is I could not wear headphones and you could wear helmet. It doesn't actually matter.
No, but it feels weird. I didn't like
but
that.
But it hurts my ears after a while. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's just a me thing.
Maybe
okay?
because you're wearing earrings. That could be part of it too.
No, it's not where it's hurting.
No? No.
Anywho, we're going to dive straight into today's episode because I'm really excited about it. And first of all, Happy New Year. We're so glad you're back watching/listening to us. We're glad to be here too. We wanted to do an episode on a social media trend that's been going around called your betrayal list. And Google tells me that what that is, because I was struggling to find a way to define what it is. So,
because you always have to explain these trends to
you.
me.
And I'm like, how do I explain this? So then I try to show you examples, but then in the moment I can't find examples. Anyway,
You're like, no, it's better. I've seen better ones. There's better ones out there.
So it's a popular humorous social media trend where fans list their biggest disappointments or annoyances at the Disney parks. And then they give some examples. So we're going to share ours. And we weren't sure if we wanted to start the year this way because we were like, is it bad omen to start the year complaining about Disney? But this is meant to be lighthearted, fun. We're going to be giggling through it. We asked you guys for your betrayal list. What are those things? So we're going to share those as well. We were giggling reading those. So
if you're new
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
If you're new here, we're typically very positive. This is just kind of a fun
we're a
little
positive
thing we're doing
podcast. This is a happy Disney podcast, but this is just going to be fun to share our other side.
Yeah. All right. So our betrayal list, we just kind of have a shared one here. We're just going to kind of go back and forth. Mm-hmm. So would you like to start?
I will. First thing I wrote on our betrayal list was when they turned Be Our Guest into prix menu with no more option for the quick service dining. If you recall, they used to have breakfast was quick service. Yep. I think lunch also was.
For a while.
It was amazing because you get the ambiance of that. The food was still really good, but of course it was much cheaper. You could just walk up. Although I think there was a time where even for the quick service, you still had to have a reservation. So,
they have gone through every single iteration possible where they have it. It was quick service for breakfast and then table service for lunch and dinner, quick service for lunch, closed for breakfast. I mean, it has been every single thing under the sun. Yeah. And they ended at the worst possible one with a prix menu that's very expensive and a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally order, but I kind of got to order it because
pick something on there.
I got to pick something on the menu. Disney has done this at a lot of restaurants with these prix menus. Mm-hmm. It's just happening more and more across the board. And I'm not a fan of the Can I just pick what I want to eat, please? Yeah,
so then your betrayal list is simply prix menus,
just in general. Especially Be Our Guest, though, because that's such... again, when we have people that we know that are going for the first time or whatever, they ask where to go, I'm like, Be Our Guest. And I'm like, I want them to have a good experience.
Well, but again, the food we've always gotten has been very good. It's always been disappointed, but it's just so expensive.
I know. But anyway, so I used to be able to tell people go for breakfast because you can still get the ambiance. Mm-hmm. The breakfast food is really good, but you're paying, less than half the price. Anyway, so that's a really good one. And actually, I don't think we even wrote this one down, but I'm going to add it in here really fast on that same vein. Stop giving me so much food when we sit down and do these family styles. I'm just adding that one in. Just came to me right now.
That's a good one.
I am so tired of us two adults and our tiny children getting enough food to feed a family of 12. Please stop giving us so much food.
Yeah.
If I want more, I will ask for more. I do not need 16 ribs, 14 ounces of steak, 8 potatoes, 12 bowls of carrots,
12 bowls of carrots.
A giant vat of baked beans. Give me a little bit of everything.
Our most recent experience with that was Woody's Roundup. Yeah. And we first of all, love that restaurant. I would actually love to go back.
So fun.
But you almost want to be like, okay, before you guys bring out the food, can you bring us half the amount?
Genuinely
and we just go
half the
from there.
amount.
I mean, honestly.
Because our kids...
Especially since it was so much meat too. I'm like, I hate to waste meat.
So one slice of brisket each. 2 ribs.
Then we'll ask for
and
more.
then if I want more, you can always ask for more. But I'm like, I just feel like they waste so much food. Like you can, I mean, I'd rather you didn't. But if you feel like you need to, you can charge me the same. But just don't waste so much food in these family things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen. Amen. I hate with every fiber of my being when I am pushing the stroller and it gets caught in those trolley tracks and I can't get it out. And there's always someone bumping into me because you know how it is on Main Street. And I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, but then I'm like stuck. And then you're like already ahead with the other kid. And I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to wedge it out. That makes me crazy. And you can just kind of piggyback on that when your foot gets stuck or you roll, like people rolling their ankle in the trolley tracks. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about foot injuries right now.
I can be a full 8 feet in front of Jessica with like holding the other kid. And I know it's happened before I even look back because I can hear the fire of 1,000 suns happening behind me. Flames. Coming out of Jessica, like
it's just one of those. It's like when it's like when you stub your toe and you just want to curse, you know.
And I feel like our stroller's usually heavy, and so you're like trying to like lift it up out of the track, and you're like you can't get
coffee's spilling out of the cup that was in the cup holder. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Now you got to clean up the canvas top of it.
Yeah, honestly, add to our list when you've got your coffee or something like that in your cup holder in your stroller, and it's spilling everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and hop forward a little bit here because on the same vein with strollers here, this is a 2-sided coin and both sides stink.
I can't wait.
When I'm pushing a stroller and y'all are in front of me and your ankles get in the way, they're going to get hit. But nothing makes me more mad in the entire world than my ankle getting hit by a stroller. So both sides infuriate me. I don't know how to fix this problem. This is just where we are in the world. Yeah. It is just something we're gonna have to contend with. Both sides. You better get out of my way.
But also, if someone does don't it to you me, dare do it to me.
I might tip over that stroller.
Hope you don't have coffee in there or a child, of course. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's a visceral anger. Oh. I'm pretty careful with our stroller with people because I know how much that
I don't.
hurts.
I do it on purpose. I seek people out. No, I'm kidding.
I chase them down.
I have a point system in my head, like how hard I can hit people.
Okay. I'm going to touch on a subject that's actually pretty hot button issue in today's day and age, and that is Disney resellers. What are your thoughts? Let me kick you a scenario. I was watching this video all about this problem, and they were talking about how, a limited edition, and some of you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of this maybe you haven't heard this or didn't know. So if a limited edition, let's say a pin, a Disney pin for the 70th anniversary in Disney, whatever, it drops at a certain gift shop and there will be a line outside of the park before the park even opens, a very long line, which, okay, if you're excited about a pin, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to wait in line, you do you, boo. But the problem has become that there may be a handful of people that are just there to buy a pin for themselves because they're excited about it. But a vast majority of them are resellers that will buy as many pins as they're allowed, and then they will sell out. The pins will inevitably sell out. They will list them on eBay or wherever you sell that kind of thing for way more than what they paid because they know now it's a hot commodity and people that don't live there that can't go wait in that line want it. Mm-hmm. I can't blame them. Like, I get it. So they're willing to pay these 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the price that it was originally. So it's become this very big problem in Disney, so much so that I think they've changed a few things.
Just recently they've come up with a bunch of different policies. Like, I know you can't return things at the character warehouse anymore. There are certain things I keep seeing.
I'd heard one thing that a lot of the limited edition drops, they're now going to also release online.
Yeah.
So then people that would otherwise try to buy from a reseller, because that's all their only option because they don't live there, can now just buy it online. I'm sure there'll be an online queue because that's the world we live in today. But at least then I'm wondering if they're going to see if that keeps resellers a little more at bay.
Well, and I mean,
don't know.
you see people coming into the parks and they're leaving and they've got, 8 popcorn buckets, strapped to either,
like the
either
OG
arm.
one. Yeah.
And I'm like, again, I don't know that I would say I see both sides, but I do understand why, people that can't they can't fly down to Florida, but they want that Figment popcorn bucket. You're going to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
They saw a hole in the market and they're going to fill it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, it's just one of those, like,
and it's a way for them to make money. So I'm like, but it's also incredibly frustrating for the vast majority of people that are, standing there waiting in line. Things sell out. Things are more expensive because of it. Things are, people go to this character warehouse. For years, I've heard, we've never been, but we've always talked about going. Apparently, you can't even hardly get in now because people show up with huge carts every day and just fill it with stuff and spend hours and hours in there, or they're live shopping.
They're doing the live streaming, shopping, reselling. It's such a niche, but it is definitely a thing, and that has become.
I'm like, now I don't even want to go because it's become this whole big thing.
Now I'm kind of curious to see it.
Yeah. Anyway, hot button issue.
Yeah. We're curious your thoughts though. Let us know.
I kind of see both sides of this, so I'm just curious to hear everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, but I'm hopeful that the problem can be solved with a couple changes in policy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but. Yeah, that. And so now a lot of pins are having to be locked up. And then we're just talking about pins, let alone when they drop, other merch. So, okay. Wow. That was a longer one than I intended, but there you go.
All right. This one, you're standing there. Mm-hmm. You have been on your feet all day. Mm-hmm. You've waited for your bus.
Oh.
You've seen your bus come and go 3 times as you're standing in line. And you're finally at the front of your line for your bus to come to go back to your resort. And you see a bus coming around that corner and you're like, here it comes. That's our bus. I can tell it's about to pull right into your slot. And then at the very last second, it swerves and goes to the one right next to you. It's not your bus. And you're like, no.
Or if it's got okay, we're staying at Caribbean Beach and it says Caribbean Beach, but then at the last minute it changes to something different. I'm like, no.
Or you see 8 empty buses go by and you're like, guys, come on, please
look
pick
at
me
us.
up. There's no one on your bus, please.
And I understand that it's all logistics. And,
I can't even
but
imagine.
It's still it sucks.
I've talked to a lot of bus drivers about that because I find the logistics of the buses fascinating. So I'll talk to any bus driver that will talk to me about it.
Oh, yeah.
That could be a whole episode in itself. Just how the buses have changed over the years. I'm
loving this idea.
The very, very Cliff Notes version of it, from what I understand, is that the bus drivers used to have a lot more autonomy, and they could radio in and be like, hey, I'm here at Epcot. I can see there's a ton of people over at the Pop Century line. I know I'm supposed to be picking up at Caribbean Beach, but there's nobody here. Why don't I go pick up those people for Pop Century? Dispatch would say, okay, and they would very easily make that change. Now everything is computerized. Everything is whatever, and they have no more autonomy. They can't do that kind of stuff anymore like they used to be able to. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of things that I've learned over the years that are just interesting. But anyway, that's the big one, is they can't use their own eyeballs anymore to make decisions.
It really, and I get it, in today's, but it does. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
I just added that to our list. Maybe we'll do a Disney bus episode. The history of it, how it's changed, issues they've had.
Yeah. I know some of those buses.
To that episode.
I've heard those buses, some of them have over 1 million miles on them. Gosh, isn't that insane? I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. All right. This next one, if you do, this is a biggie.
Okay.
This is a hot topic.
I'm going to say a location, and I want to know what you guys think we're going to say. La Cava del Tequila. What are we going to say? Do you know? Tyler? I know you know.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think
when a
it's
man
our fault.
loves a...
I think it's our fault.
No.
No, I think it's Neil Patrick Harris's fault.
Oh, okay.
So back in the day, when it was just us and Neil going to the parks, no one else was going.
That's right.
We used to go, and they had the world's greatest margaritas.
Gosh. Greatest, you guys.
And you would stand there and you would watch them, and they would make these margaritas in front of you.
From scratch.
Insane. The
and
flavor combinations.
As they are now, but they were expensive then too.
And the flavor combinations they would have, and it was just insane. It was so...
Pretty sure there was one with ants. I'm being serious.
Yeah, with the salt rim, yeah. But we would always talk about how good they were. Mm-hmm. Well, then Neil had to open his big mouth and talked about how good they were. And now there's always a line.
Oh, well, and we all know. I mean, it's a queue.
And now every time we go in, they've got these big old pre-made jugs.
Pitchers, yep.
And they just pour it right in over ice and it's already all done. And I'm like...
And it doesn't taste the same. And I don't know if they've actually changed the recipes to make it so that they can make them in these big pitchers. Or maybe they're just making them...
They don't taste the way they used
to.
Now.
They taste like...
pre-made margaritas.
And that is such a shame because A, you're paying a redonkulous price. So we have not gone in a while.
Yeah. And actually, a lot of times when I go, I'll go and I'll get a beer. They have a lot of times they have
sounds
like this,
like a crime.
They have this like saltwater beer, which is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But like that's I'll
and
get that.
Still, they're still good. Like when we've gotten them, it's like, okay, it's enjoyable. But when you know what they used to be, it's just like there's always that little hint of like disappointment. That was a big one, you guys, for us. Okay. That was a huge betrayal. Okay. I'm going to say a location. And I want to know what you guys think. Yeah. Chef Mickey's. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Chef Mickey's, I have recommended for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. We went... okay, let me start with this. We went 10 years ago, loved it. It was so much fun. Mm-hmm. One of my all-time favorite experiences. Mm-hmm. You do the napkins, you do the characters, this, that, and the other. So fun. We went again in 2021, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was looking pretty sad.
It was 22. I'm trying to think of when it was.
It was for my birthday. I don't remember what year it was, but I said maybe it's 2022.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, so it had to have been 2022. The walls were all banged up. The carpet was kind of dirty. We were near like a window and there were like spider webs. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, the windows were kind of dirty.
Yeah, and you're eating right next to it. So it was very un-Disney.
Yeah, I feel like, it was just not what I remembered.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just kind of gone downhill a little bit over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it was something I recommended a lot for a long time. And I'm like, I just feel like it just needs a little oomph. Like it doesn't need a lot. It just needs a little Disney touch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
refresh.
I feel like Disney needs to, I've said this for years. I've been a broken record about this. Mm-hmm. All of that Grand Canyon concourse needs, if you look at it from above, it is just confusing the way it's laid out. Nothing is really harmonious together. I feel like they need to come in, rip all of it out and start over because there's nothing.
But Tyler, okay. I understand what you're saying. I agree. However, I also, in a more real sense, don't agree because the history of it. And I know, like they've refurbished rooms.
The contemporary, all that stuff, the Fantasia gift shop, the
I don't
Chef
care about
Mickey's,
those necessarily. I guess I mean
all that's relatively new. The carpet's relatively new.
Yeah, I guess
it's not.
And I guess it wouldn't be that they would be changing. Like obviously the monorail would still come through. They'd still have the mural.
None of that stuff.
Because that's my fear is if you do that, like what are they going to take away though? But I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. None of those were like original.
Yeah, none of that. I mean,
that's true.
All of that stuff would remain.
Well, and you know what's really original in there? The other side of the monorail. If you know, you know.
So they just having them come in and be like, okay, what is a cohesive vision for this space?
Yeah.
I just feel like they need to come in and just say,
maybe they're making their way around. Because think about Grand Floridian, they just kind of have done this refresh thing, whatever, which we have not seen with our own eyes yet. But maybe they're making their way around.
But I'm like, it is such a great location for a breakfast. I mean, again, for years I've recommended people go over there and do like, hey, you're in Magic Kingdom, hop over there and do Chef Mickey's for breakfast. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's such a great thing. But I mean, if I were to say now, I'd say instead of doing that, do 1800 Park Fare for 1900? Your character. Or 1900 Park Fare. Sorry.
I got to go back a century to get to 1800 Park Fare.
I'm very ahead of my time.
Or like Riviera, Topolino's Terrace.
No, but I'm sorry, for Magic Kingdom specifically.
Oh, yeah.
If you're there, do that one instead of Chef Mickey's. They're different characters,
or even Crystal Palace.
Do Crystal Palace. Yeah. But I'm right. Exactly. There's other things I would recommend before Chef Mickey's where I used to do that a lot.
I agree. Okay. I think it is a betrayal that Animal Kingdom is not open later. They've had times where they would leave it open later. They would have but nowadays, and I understand that there's certain things they just can't do in Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Like they're never going to do fireworks, obviously with the animals. There's just certain things, but they had those days where it was open later. It was amazing. But now they don't have a real nighttime show like Rivers of America. No. R.I.P. Yeah. Rivers of Dream. What the heck was that called?
Rivers of Light or No. What was that called?
That seems
there was
right.
Jungle Book Alive with Magic, and then it was Rivers of
Light?
Light? Yeah. Right? No.
Why does that sound wrong? But it also sounds right. I'm sure some of you guys are screaming in your car right now. Anyway, all of that to say, I just wish it was open later. I would love to be able to walk around in the dark there. You talk about that all the time. You're like, all right, let's do Animal Kingdom at night. I'm like, no, because it
You
closes
never
at
want
like
to go over there. Yeah.
yeah, it closes at 5, 6, 7, depending on even 7. I think is pushing it. I don't even think it's so. Anyway, it's just kind of a.
They've tried to do some things over the years. They have the projection show on the tree now. But I'm like, I just feel like they
Which
could.
is cool. I mean, that is cool.
They could do more. Also, bring back Kite Tails separately.
Kite Tails leading the way. I loved Kite Tails.
Oh, so good. Itching to head to Disney? The top-notch team of travel advisors at my travel agency, People Mover Travel, are experts in all things Disney. From the parks to Disney Cruise Line, they are your personal travel advisor from the moment your trip is booked until the moment you get home. They can book your hotel, dining reservations, tours, and we continue to monitor special offers to ensure that you're getting the best price for your trip. And it's not just Disney. We have experts that specialize in Europe, cruises, all-inclusive resorts, Alaska, Hawaii, and more. Find out how we can personally help you plan and book your next trip for free. Visit peoplemovertravel.com to get a free, no-obligation quote and find out how we can make your next trip anywhere more magical. People Mover Travel, the official travel agency of the Disneyville podcast. Because your vacation shouldn't feel like a homework assignment. All right, this one's a big one.
Oh, I
This
know
one,
exactly
this
which
one might be
the biggest one.
The one.
Yeah, it's the only one I wrote in all caps on our list.
Magical Express.
What a betrayal.
How dare you, Dwight?
I mean, really though.
Don't tell me it's a cost-cutting measure. I've heard all the excuses. I've heard all the history. I've read all the blogs. They're all wrong. Bring it back. I don't want excuses.
Well,
I want
someone's
results.
gotta be right.
I want results. Bring it back.
Like you even said, we were talking about this morning. He was like, okay, I get it. Cost cutting, XYZ, beep, bop, bop. No. But at the end of the day, I did watch a deep dive on it, and it is pretty interesting how many different, and like mirrors being involved, and it is an interesting history. However, like you said, most people at this point would be willing to pay a little bit if it meant getting on Disney transportation from the airport to there. They can play their little Disney thing that's loved in the Magical Express. Okay, so you're not going to offer for free. That's fine. Then do it the Disney way, the way you did it. Charge us $20 a head, whatever. You're already charging us for everything anyway.
Or we're going to pay Uber. Or
oh my gosh, especially for a family and trying to get a car seat and all that. I mean, you're paying like $100, $120
each
like
way.
Each way.
That's it. And I'm like, Disney's whole thing, and I think they forget because everyone forgets their history. Disney wanted to control the narrative from the beginning. And I'm like, if your if your first experience right off the airplane, you get into a car, you get into an Uber, it smells bad. I mean, you
just never know.
You don't know. Maybe the driver's rude because they're having a bad day. The immediate right out of the gate, you're having a bad time. So it's going to take Disney that much more to get you back in the right frame of mind to have a vacation. Like that is the easiest thing in the world, but also don't discount the amount of information people were learning on the drive to Disney.
Yeah, they were playing an informational how-to video about like checking in, checking out.
Especially for new people going the first time, that was such an invaluable amount of information you're learning on the way. If you book through a travel agent, you're probably learning all that. But if you didn't book through an agent, or even if you talk to your agent, you might have forgotten about a lot of this stuff, or you're seeing visuals of it. Like that is so smart of Disney. Hey, you got 20 minutes to get to here. Let's teach you a bunch about Disney right now.
And then everyone's operating with the same amount of information, at least that baseline. Yeah. Everyone that took the Magical Express, which is basically everyone that flew in. I mean, generally. Yeah. Versus like now you arrive at a Disney hotel and you're just like, okay, and either you know a lot of stuff or you don't. And then the onus is on the front desk staff to have to teach you about and
if
most
you
people
even
nowadays,
go to the front desk, because a lot of times you do it on
you
the
have
app
the mobile check-in. Yeah, sure. So anyway, you're right. It was a really nice touchstone at the beginning of the trip. It really sets the tone.
It was clean. The drivers were friendly.
It was more magical, sparkly floors, Disney characters on the screen.
Yeah.
Kids are happy-ish. They're tired from the flight, but whatever, So yeah, no, RIP.
And if you don't want to make it free, you can bury the cost somewhere. Charge every hotel room $20 more a night. No one would even notice. Or just charge people like Mears does. Charge per person. People would pay that, but then they at least know, hey, I'm getting safe transportation directly to my resort through Disney. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I cannot make this make sense in my head.
I know.
I said whoever the new CEO is going to be, whether it's Josh tomorrow, whoever they end up bringing in as the new CEO, you want to get in the good graces of the Disney parks fans. Number one thing, bring that back.
Bring
immediately
it back.
Immediately, you're going to be in the good graces of your Disney parks fans.
I'll polish your halo if you do that.
It was like when Bob Iger came back and he brought the free parking back. Everyone was like, "Wow, that's amazing!" I'm like, "So easy, such an easy thing for them to do."
An easy win, low hanging fruit, as they say.
Their bottom line doesn't really get affected that much, but the people want free parking,
especially if people are paying for. Oh, I'm thinking.
Remember,
about
they started charging for parking, and then he brought it back for free. I'm like, boom, easy thing.
Yep,
easy to make people happy.
Yep. All right, continuing on.
Sorry, I get hopped up on the queue about the Magical Express.
And again, I want to do a mid-episode reminder. We are a very positive. If you are watching this for the first time, all of our other episodes, we love Disney. We love so much. This is just our fun once a year.
This is therapeutic sometimes.
Yeah, because there are some things, they're not perfect. Okay. Guys, the end of Fantasmic. Why do people just panic exit Fantasmic?
People lose their minds.
I've never seen anything crazier. And you know what doesn't compare? The fireworks. I mean, that's crazy. You're all squished in trying to leave. Like, that's a little chaotic.
Yeah.
And that was on our list, so I'll just mention it here. Yeah. That's chaotic, especially if you've got a stroller. I hate it. We just avoid the area until everyone's gone.
Yeah.
But the end of Fantasmic, you would think that there was something scary happening at one end and everyone's running away from it.
People are screaming up
sprinting, leaving early. I'm like, why are you even here? Just sit down. Just wait. Generally, we will just hang back, let the hordes of people panic exit Fantasmic, and then we'll walk leisurely out. It's crazy.
In 7 minutes, it will be almost empty. Just
pretty quick. Yeah, based on the speed everyone's.
But I'm like, people are jogging up the bleachers and
trying
stuff like
to beat
that.
the
And
crowd.
cast members,
I'm like,
every night, cast members are like, no running on the bleachers, but it happens every single time. I'm like, people
panic exit Fantasmic. It's wild.
Yeah, and so next time you do it, just sit back and relax.
Sit back and watch.
Just say, okay, we're just going to take 10 minutes just to sit here, just plan that into your thing, and it's going to be so much more enjoyable, and just watch people. They just
chaotic. And then when you get to the stroller parking area of Fantasmic, which is kind of weird because it's kind of like a jog off of the main trail, but they won't let everyone go to the stroller, only one person, the rest, so that's already confusing. I mean,
and then you got to meet back up with your party.
Wild.
Yeah, it's
It's just funny. I mean, honestly.
This is a fast one. And this one is inevitable. It's a theme park. But is there anything worse than you waiting in a queue, especially for a long time, and you get up and you're about to ride and the ride breaks down?
Yeah. That's a betrayal. But the nice thing is Disney, of course, always gives you a fast pass you can use. So, a lightning lane.
Things happen. Nothing you can do about that one. But man, there's nothing worse.
I just want to say it. The Starbucks line. And again, what are you going to do? Everyone's wanting coffee at the same time you're wanting coffee. Shocker of the century. But it still sucks.
I've said it for years. If people would just listen to me. I have
black coffee line?
A black coffee line.
Yeah.
I want black coffee. Everyone who wants anything more fancy, they can go wait in their line. I'm like, here's a $5 bill, give me my black coffee, and I'm out the door.
Would certainly cut some people out of there.
That would cut out 20 to 30% of the people in line. If maybe just have half and half on the side, you can do your half and half and sugar. But anybody else who wants anything more fancy, they can wait in line. But
in the fancy line.
Yeah, but then black coffee, it's just you get your thing, you move on. You just move it along.
Honestly, that would solve. I think every coffee shop should have that.
Yeah.
There was one place we went and they basically did. I don't remember what it was.
I've never
I feel like
seen
it was
that.
in Seattle or
I've
something.
never seen that in the wild.
Well, anyway.
I'm going to do like Larry David does in Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm going to open up my own coffee shop, and I'm going to solve all the coffee shop problems
Latte
that
Larry's.
I have found. No. Anyway, that's
what would you call it? Tonka Tyler's? What's
Tonka?
Tonka beans, coffee beans are not the same.
No tea Tyler's, only coffees.
No tea Tyler's. Yeah.
I gotta think about that. Anyway, you got to talk about this one. This one doesn't affect me. This one is you.
Mickey ears that hurt your head. I feel like it's not even it's hit or miss. I'll buy one from a Disney park. I have many of mine that I bought just on on Etsy, and honestly, I have my favorite few these days that are kind of neutral, and I just wear them.
Yeah.
But I'll buy one in Disney and it'll hurt my head. I'm like, oh man. So then I'm like, well, then I don't want to buy Disney ones. But then a year later, I'll buy a Disney one and it doesn't hurt my head at all. I'm like, so you can't plan for it, and you don't know when you first put it on that it's gonna be one that hurts your head.
Yeah.
You have to buy it, cut the tags off, and then hours later discover, oh no, I have bought ears that hurt my head. What do? I give it to my kid. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
if their head's smaller, it probably won't hurt. Yeah, sorry about you.
So last one we had was mobile order doing us dirty. We are big proponents of mobile order, as many people are.
We have not shut up
Saves
about it.
time. Yeah, we in fact bring it up, I think, in every episode. But sometimes you order your mobile order, but you're not at the restaurant, and then you say, I'm here, and then you get there and it's packed. Or no, I'm sorry. You get there and the mobile order line pickup is really long, but then the line to just order food is not. And you're like, oh no. And generally it always still works out, but it's just one of those things that you go there. Or it's kind of the opposite where you'll see the mobile order line, there's no one there. And then the line for Dole Whip is like 30 people deep. And I'm like, guys, just sit and order on your phone. Like
when we went to New York City the last time, Manhattan, mostly Manhattan, I went to a Starbucks. You went to go meet a friend. And so I was out by myself and I went to stop at Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
And there was no less than like 30 people standing around waiting for a mobile order. And there was no one in line.
It's so funny.
The thing. And I'm like, it's just funny. I'm like, here, you'd think New Yorkers would be a little bit more savvy with saving time. Like, we're in such a rush. We got so many things to do. We're very important. So many things to do. And I'm like, y'all are standing
there.
So just messing around on their phone. I'm like, if you needed to be a little bit more efficient, you can go stand and get a coffee. From a real human. Boy, I got my coffee and I was out of there while they were standing around.
That's pretty funny. All right, so we asked you guys on our Instagram, what is on your Disney betrayal list? I am so excited. Wow. I'll start at the top. You start at the bottom.
There's a lot of answers on here. Okay.
Some of these I haven't even heard of. Okay. Ooh. Jenny E. Caruso said they took away the Peter Pan float at Storybook Treats. Bring back the Peter Pan float at Storybook Treats. Do you know what that is? That sounds awesome. I'm assuming it's like an ice cream treat. I'll Google it. Like a float, I mean.
Madison Proct said, was so excited to stay at Yacht Club. They did overnight construction, didn't sleep. They're usually so good about not doing overnight construction. Oh my gosh, that would be awful. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Dole Lime soft serve in a float. Oh my gosh. That's pretty cool. It looks like, is there like Sprite in there with it? Anyway, that does sound pretty awesome. That's a shame they got rid of that. Sorry, we're on two different.
No, that's okay. Fighting for a Cure said, getting rid of the family Osborne lights, worst thing Disney ever did to me.
To me personally.
Yep. We talked about that last time.
Yep. Brianna Woodbine, hey girl, said the Sleepy Hollow waffle and Animal Kingdom corn, why did they change these? Jail time.
All right. _milk.carton_ said, how short Tron is. Boo. Yes.
Because we all know.
You blink and you miss it.
Yeah. Oh, two that go along with what we said, Tyler. Rotary Dolphin said, I have two. Be Our Guest needs to bring back breakfast.
Yep.
And extra magic hours.
Oh my gosh. That was and
it was like 3 hours at the end of the day. Or like
everyone who stayed there got them. I mean, come on. That was the...
And then also Crafts by JD said, getting rid of the Magical Express.
Did you... Please tell me that you heard that, because it definitely sounded like the Beast and the Beauty and the Beast.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Dana Watts 07 also said they need to bring back the Magical Express. Yes.
Amen. Libby DiGiovanni said loss of edutainment. Tyler, you'll love this.
Yes. Yeah.
They said Eisner did this so well. We aren't inquisitive enough anymore. Yeah. And you know what? There's not a lot in Disney parks. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the old days of Epcot, there was stuff to do. Like you'd ride rides, but like I think about our kids and I'm like, they've added playgrounds. Love that. That's huge. But, and like the old, what do they call them? Interventions. Like there were things to do. And there's not so much of that anymore, I feel like. So and that's kind of tied in with the edutainment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like even in the World Showcase area, there used to be a lot more of the education part of that. Mm-hmm. That's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot of rides and gift shops.
Yeah.
KM Nicole 5 said, I miss free paper fast passes. Yep.
Running to go get them. That was an era, wasn't it? I know. Libby D. Okay, another one from Libby D. Giovanni. You're going to like this one too, Tyler. Fun, thoughtful architecture. New Lakeside Lodge is such a snore. So I've been thinking a lot about this. We've talked about this before where, a lot of let's take the Riviera. It's a perfect example where it is themed technically and it is beautiful.
Love the rooms.
We love the Riviera. However, there does seem to be a huge loss in the theming. And I'd seen, maybe it was on this list, we might get to it. One of you guys had mentioned like the deluxe resorts are so much less themed than the value ones. The value ones are so much more fun and Disney bubble. And it's just so interesting that like Disney would think that different price points, people would want less Disney.
Yeah.
When the reality is you're all in Disney World. So I just think
But
it's
even just the decade,
interesting.
looking at what they used to do with architecture, even at the deluxe resorts till now.
to what they've renovated it to now.
That's not even just a Disney problem. That is just a
problem everywhere.
Worldwide. I mean, seemingly all
The
architects
blandification of everything, you know?
It is, all we can do is rectangles anymore. That's all we've seemed to, like, even...
I know,
Don't get me started. We're running out of time here, but I'm very tired of rectangles. Okay, so then Roser724 said Sleepy Hollow in Magic Kingdom got rid of the churro ice cream sandwich, and we are still in mourning.
Still in mourning. Your guys' wording. This one's funny too. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm so sad. There's so many good ones. We're running out of time because we got to go get our kids.
My time's up. Eyes up. Wait, I butchered it. Anyway, okay. Sierra Schleck, I hope I said that right, said, them removing Great Movie Ride is my villain origin story.
So good.
Mickey Mouse Runaway Railway or whatever, was Mickey and Minnie, was not a good replacement. Ooh, I do miss Great Movie Ride so much.
Por qué no los dos?
I know. Just build it next to it.
Give me both. Leah Deej Park said, end of a long park day, bus is coming and drives right past your resort stop. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, you're going to be sad about this one. Sarah B. Valdez said, the great shrinkage of the Trattoria Al Forno breakfast pizza. Is it smaller?
Oh,
we're going to have to go back and report back.
Not cool.
Oh no, the great shrinkage of everything, you know, food-wise. Not necessarily Disney, again, nationwide.
Patoscano said making a Star Wars hotel and immediately closing it a year later. Come on.
That's wild.
That's something else we can talk about.
The more you think about that, that is crazy that they spent that much money and now it's just sitting there.
Yeah, that's...
What do you mean it's just sitting there?
That's something we're going to have to delve into at another time.
I love... James Leslie said, allowing mobile order hours in advance. When I decide I am hungry, I can't find times. That's so true. Like, we love mobile order, but we're not often planning like 3 hours ahead and being like, okay, at that point we'll eat. We're kind of waiting till we're hungry. So it is a little tricky when you get to the busy times and you're like, oh man, I want mobile order now. It's noon. And the next arrival time is like 1:15. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
So that's when you wait in line.
Tori Nicolari. Tori, she's booked through me before. Said the Magical Express OG Fast Pass, where to begin? Yeah, we got a lot of things on the list here.
Dan M. Winch said, when your bag won't come out of the storage pouch in front of you, betrayal. I freak out when I can't get like my ears or bag, whatever's in there, and I can't get it out. I'm like, I'm like, oh no, as if they're going to just randomly start the roller coaster. But yeah, that is like a sweaty betrayal for me.
A lot of people talking about Magical Express and free fast passes. Those are the big ones.
That is the resounding.
Yeah.
C Photo 33 said Mickey waffles got so much smaller. They used to be, they used to be the size of a whole plate. I recall that. It was a true waffle-sized Mickey waffle.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, in fairness to Disney, they'll typically give you a few of the smaller ones. You know what I mean? They're not just giving you one. If that's
two, yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely a big difference. Like the Mickey waffles are not quite the Mickey waffles of yesteryear, you know?
Yeah. Rach Schmidt 14 said getting rid of interventions and tearing down mouse gear. Mouse gear.
Alexis NM said Pizzafari pizza and paper straws. I've seen a lot of that. That is another big one. Yeah.
We got to come up with something better, guys.
I'll just take no straws. I'm okay with that. But give me a cup then that I can drink out of that still has a lid, you know. And then have some straws like for the kids. It's a nice option. But I'm okay with just no straw, whatever. But yeah, the paper ones are rough. I'm like, now I'm wanting to grab 3 straws because I want to replace it.
You know it's going to be going down. _Megan_W said, no more Muppet Vision. I did not stutter.
You guys are hilarious. Oh my gosh, you guys, we could go on and on and on.
I know.
I'm like feeling like we need a part 2, but maybe this is something we can do every year where we do one rant video where we get it all out and you guys get it all out too.
Hold on, I got to read this one just because of the phrasing. It says Kyle Lubka said, I love Frozen, but golly, do I miss Maelstrom.
Golly, yes.
The golly, that's so good. Oh
golly.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's so many. We just barely tapped the surface here. This was we elicited
This
a lot
turned
of
out to be a
responses.
rich episode.
Oh, man. Whoever took away kite tails, Laystone _ said whoever took away kite tails.
Boo, fire 'em.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop. There's just so
I know,
many
you
good
guys
ones.
are amazing. This, like I said, turned out to be such an interesting episode. Maybe this can be an annual thing.
Yeah.
Where we do our annual, complain about Disney. Let's all get it out of our system because we know how
Yeah.
much we love it. And then we can enjoy the rest of the year.
Yes. I want to read
Although
so many
really
more.
it's just all of us complaining to each other in our echo chamber about how we wish Disney is back to the way it used to be. That's really it. Costs less money, more things were included or free,
Yeah. Okay, I got one more.
and we miss old rides.
Lost Princess Lauren said the resort mugs used to be themed specifically to each resort.
That should have been our number one. Yes.
Yes. Oh,
I want
yes.
more resort specific things across the board
100%.
always. I want it all. Anyway, all right. Well,
okay. I gotta stop.
on that
I gotta
note,
stop. I gotta
I
look
know,
away. I gotta
I know.
look away.
We're only having to end because we need to go get our sweet kid off the bus stop.
Yes,
So we're
anyway.
anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We had a lot of fun.
This was so fun.
We'll be back to positivity in the next episode for sure. And actually, our next episode is going to be fun. We were going to do a dual with this, but we're going to do like a dual episode of this and another thing. But then we realized this episode was going to be plenty long.
Oh,
as it
yeah,
was.
absolutely. Yeah. So our next one, we're going to talk all about a bunch of stuff coming up next year. So it's going to be really fun. Everything coming out in 2026.
in the parks. And just talking through our thoughts, what your guys' thoughts are is going to be fun. So
awesome.
we love you guys.
All right. See you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.